Hi everybody. I was watching a video by Tom Scott, another computer science teacher. You should have a look at his YouTube channel. It's really interesting stuff on there. And there is a video he had, I've linked it in the description, about this game called Fizz Buzz. And the idea, you may already know it, the idea of this game is that every time somebody says a number which is a multiple of 3, instead of saying the number, you'd say fizz. Every time the number is a multiple of 5, you'd say buzz. And if it's a multiple of both of them, you'd say fizz buzz. And according to according to the video and a bit of research I've done as well, this is actually quite a common interview question for computer science graduates, just to kind of get them to work out if they understand the logic. So the interview question is basically, how would you go about programming this? And if you look at it, it's probably some ideas probably jump out of you straight away. But I'm just going to show you. It's not going to be a very long video today. Just a quick one for actually how to create FizzBuzz the game. So we're going to go straight into Python, new file, and the first thing that we're going to need, because you're going to be going round and you're going to be checking all these different numbers, you're going to need a for loop. So if we did for x in range, and we give the range, so this in this case it's going to go for 100, but you could always just ask the user here, say like number equals input int input, because it's going to have to be an integer, and then just ask the user how many times or how many, or what number shall we go up to? And then they'll type a number, and instead of doing 100 there, we'll just write the word number. So we're going to start at 0, and we're going to go up to whatever the user has put in for their number here. Now, actually, to get the code of the game working, you need to think about if you are finding out if it's a multiple of 3 or a multiple of 5. There's quite a common way to do these kind of things in any programming language, and it's to use the mod function. So the mod function actually divides the number, but instead of returning the whole number, it will just return the remainder. So obviously, if we mod a number by 3 and the remainder comes back as a 0, it means that 3 is perfectly gone into that number. So in order to use it, let's actually have a look at an example. So if you do if x, which is our number whatever we're up to, if x mod 3 is the same as 0, so basically if I've divided x by 3 and the remainder of that is 0, it means that 3 has gone into it perfectly, and I need to return the word fizz. So output equals fizz. Now, before we do this as well, I'm just going to create my output variable. I'm just going to have it as a blank one because we're going to add in one of these, either fizz or buzz, as we go. So if you look at the Tom Scott video, it actually does a very similar kind of idea to this. You should definitely check that one out. But this one, obviously, we're going to be doing it in Python, so it's a little bit close to what you guys know. So then what we need to do again is basically the same thing again. So if x modded to 5 returns 0, so basically if whatever x is goes perfectly into 5 and there is no remainder, I'm going to output buzz. Now, in order to kind of cut down on the amount of code I'm going to do, I'm going to actually do it like this. Plus. Oh. So what this actually means, doing it this way, is that if my output is 5, say, if 5 goes into this, that's going to return 0. So it would be whatever that is in the output at the moment. So that would be nothing plus the word buzz. So that would just return the word buzz. However, there are some numbers which we want to return the word fizz, and we want to return the word buzz with them as well. So in those cases, we want to collect up whatever's in here and add buzz to it. So 15 is an example of this. So 15 would return this is true, so we'd get fizz, and this is true, so we'd get buzz. But if we were just saying output equals buzz, we'd actually overwrite the fizz, and we want both of them to be in there. So doing it this way, by saying the output is whatever is in the output at the moment plus buzz, it means that I can actually add to it, whether it's blank or if it's already got fizz in it. It will become much clearer once you actually run the program. And then our final one here, just to catch everything that's kind of left over. And you can see I'm kind of using a lot of if statements here because I want to test each one every single time. So if else statement kind of does it, but does one or the other. This is going to make sure each part of this gets tested every single time. So I want to now check. The only time that I'm going to return x is going to be obviously if these aren't true. So obviously I can do if this is not equal to this or this is not equal to that, but we've actually programmed in a bit of robustness here ourselves. If neither of these are true, it means that by the time the program gets around to here, the output should still be blank. So we can just do a little catch statement here to say that if the output is blank, which means that basically neither of these statements are true, all I want to happen is instead of outputting fizz or buzz, I want you to output x. So output is going to equal whatever my x is, so the number which is within this for loop. And now finally at the end, I just need to print whatever my output is. So if we check this, have a little look, see if it's working. Fizz Buzz. So straight away, what number should we go up to? Let's go up to 20. So there we go straight away. So 0, we get Fizz Buzz, we start at 0. 1, 2, Fizz, because that's obviously 3, so that's returning a 0 there. 4, then Buzz, so that's 5. So that's 5 divides 5 into 5. Doesn't give you a remainder at the end of it, so that's going to return us a 0. So that's why that's hitting there. All the way through, so we've got 9 here, that's returning Fizz, so we see that's a multiple of 3, so that's right. We've got 10, which is Buzz, that's a multiple of 5, so no, that's right. 12 is Fizz, multiple of 3. We go all the way down, we get to 15, which is a multiple of both of them. So we get Fizz Buzz on 15 because of the way we coded the second statement to take into consideration what was already saved in the output and add Buzz to it. And then it carries on from there. And obviously you can go up to whatever number you like with this. If you want to go up to 100, you can just let it go and you can see how it goes from there. So there's just a little quick one for you guys. If you want to impress your maths teacher, that's one to show them. If you want to just have that, an idea of the type of question you might be asked in an interview, if you went for a computer science job, this is the sort of thing that you might be asked. But if you've got any questions about it, let me know and we'll see you next time.